Hey guys, Marlene here again with Patriot Cakes, and today we're going to be making a Avengers cake for my friend Dominic for his 6th birthday. So I've gone ahead and I've already pre-did all my yellow cakes. I have 2 8 inches and a 9 inch because I didn't have 3 8-inch cakes, so we're just going to carve that one down. So I went ahead and did my buttercream, I heat chocolate buttercream, yellow cake, and for the filling I'm going to do some chopped up Kit Kats. So I've already pre-did a lot of the fondant work because it's had to go ahead and have time to dry, as well as it just cuts down on the cake time when I'm actually building. It's a lot easier to have it all pre-made just to throw on the cake at the end. So we'll get to that stuff later. So right now I'm going to go ahead and carve my cakes, stack them, fill them, and then we'll start our fondant work. So we've just finished completely stacking the cake. We've done the buttercream, his favorite chocolate candies. I chopped up and put them in between each layer. I did put the 9 inch on the bottom, as you can tell, and I did carve it away. So because I didn't have that extra 8 inch round, I didn't want to have to go buy one again, so I used that 9 inch. So I did go ahead and carve it so it's completely cylindrical. And it's a lot easier to carve it while it's stacked. That way I can make sure all the layers are flat and stuff. So again, buttercream is great because it'll cover all of that. It's your glue. And we're going to go ahead and finish crumb coating this, and then we're going to put it in the fridge for about 15 minutes to solidify. And then we're going to go ahead and work on our fondant. So while our cake is chilling in the fridge, it's getting nice and hard so we can work on it with our fondant. I wanted to go ahead and touch on what I've done with the fondant. So I did go ahead and roll out all my fondant. I colored it with my gel food coloring, and then I use this nifty little tool. It's a pastry tool and it's adjustable. It just saves on time. I have a roller too that I do use, and I did use on this as well. But this one, it just cuts it even, and you can adjust it to whatever you want and tighten it and just roll those suckers right out. So it makes it a lot easier. So that's one thing I did use. So I also have here the Hulk hand, very, very large Hulk hand. So I did dowel it, so it's gonna go straight into the cake. I might even carve a little bit of the cake out just so it sits a little lower. So this is modeling chocolate. Had some issues with it, so I just learned for next time. Everything's a learning tool, or every time I do something new, this is all new stuff to me. So I did, for the hammer, use Rice Krispie treats, and the stick, or the handle of it, is also Rice Krispie treats, and then I covered it in fondant. So I did try to pick up this, and this is the Gum Tex powder, and if you mix it in with the fondant, it creates it a very hard fondant. So when it dries really hard. So I wanted to make sure that this was nice and sturdy because it's got to go up to Orlando, so it's got to go for a little drive. So what we're going to do to finish this off, I'm going to chuck this back in the fridge, which you're not supposed to do with some modeling chocolate. So it's already had some condensation because we had some issues with the modeling chocolate. So I'm going to chuck it back in the fridge. It'll be fine. And then we're going to go ahead and spray paint this with my spray gun. So, and then I also did pre-make my Captain America shield out of fondant. Also use the gum tax powder so it's nice and hard because it has to go on the face of the cake and sit upright. So we're going to go ahead and throw this back in the fridge, and I'm going to go ahead and roll out my fondant for the top of the cake, which is going to be the Spider-Man. So we have just finished laying our stone brick wall, and I finished the top. I piped in some melted chocolate because it's easier to work with, especially for doing these kinds of lines. I didn't want to have to worry about the fondant not being curved or not straight, and it kind of just looks a little more natural using the chocolate. So I did go ahead and I made sure that my whole can was going to fit, so you can see that he's going to fit right in there. And I didn't want to do the chocolate after because it would have been hard to have those nice rounded lines. So I went ahead and did that, and then I cut the holes again through the chocolate so it doesn't crack. And on the wall, I know there's some chocolate that you can see, the chocolate buttercream, and that's okay. It's just going to add more depth to it. It's just a negative thing of using chocolate buttercream. So we're going to go ahead and spray. We're going to use metallic black, metallic blue, and a metallic silver. It's going to look really cool, boyish, and really superhero-ish. So, and then on the top, I just filled in with the chocolate here, our little leftover area in here, because we're going to put this, and it's going to hopefully look like some metal work, kind of cool stuff. And then we'll go ahead and hand paint that one. So we're going to go ahead and first do the wall, and then do the Thor hammer, and then we're going to throw that on and paint that. just finished up airbrushing everything. I did add some detail in here, some more bricks, so he really looks like he's punching through Spider-Man here. And we finished airbrushing our hand and our Thor hammer. I did go ahead and add the Captain America emblem. And total, this cake was about 8 to 8.5 hours, completely with the cakes, the baking, the buttercream, all in all, with all my work in. So it's not too bad, and I really think my little guy is gonna enjoy this. I really hope he does. So I'm Marlene with Patriot Cakes, and always remember to bake good memories. Bye guys.